Hello YouTube, how are you? It is your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. As promised, today's review is over the Bandai Movie Monster series, Shin Gabora. Or Gamora. Gabora. Gabora. Sorry, a lot of Ultra Monsters names sound the same. But yeah, so this is a kaiju that's been around since the OG times, and he's getting a cool redesign for the upcoming film Shin Ultraman from Subaraya and Toho joint production. Getting a Shin version of everybody these days, because Shin Kamen Rider's been announced, even though there's already been a Shin Kamen Rider. But new Shin Kamen Rider, we had Shin Godzilla already. Imagine Shin Gamera. Wow. What a beautiful flick that would be. But yeah, Gabora here is very cool. First I want to show you the quote-unquote packaging, which is actually just a tag. Mine's a little bent up. You get the character model of Gabora there. Pretty cool. Inside's a bunch of legal stuff. And then on the back you got the kind of just standard Ultraman red. Very cool. So now let's snip that off and then take a look at the fig. And here he is out of packaging. Shin Gabora. Very dope. This version of him is drill open, which of course I would prefer if I had a choice between the two, but you can actually get both, because Bandai Premium has announced that they're doing an invisible Naranga, which is just like a clear colorless version, and also a drill closed Gabora, which are both very cool. And even though the Naranga one will take what I assume is to be less to produce it, because it has like no paint or anything on it, and it's the same sculpt. And this guy will literally just be a head swap. For some reason they're going to be in the Bandai Premium line and cost like twice as much. I don't know why, but those will be adult collectibles. So they better go hard on this guy's paint. Just saying. But he pretty cool. He pretty cool. Now, if you want to look at the detail and stuff, most of his parts are, like a lot of his parts are the same as Naranga. The torso is different, but it's kind of like fatter and shaped a little differently, but it's the same sculpt on the belly and sides. It's just the back that's different. The arms are the exact same arms from Naranga. The legs are the exact same legs from Naranga. And his head's very skull-like. And if you watch the trailer, his back moves in a very mechanical way and stuff. So my fan theory is that Ultraman defeats Naranga, and then Naranga is turned into our friend here, Gabora. That is my theory of sorts. That's what I'm going with. And I also think that it's done by a Seijin. I think there's going to be a Seijin enemy in the film. Since we're going with early Ultraman monsters, like Showa original Ultraman monsters, and just kind of recreating them, my assumption will probably be Alien Bolton, because he is the most famous one, and used often to this very day. If we got a Shin Bolton, I would nut. If Shin Bolton turns Naranga into this, and I'm 100% right, I will cream. But, you know, I wasn't right about a lot of stuff in my GVK predictions, so who knows. But, yeah, I mean, I really like the coloration and stuff on the tail and back. I think that's such a stunning color. I really like it. You know, he's kind of a base gray, but with a little, just some minor paint apps. You know, he's got painted little toenails, but they're not painted on the bottom of the foot, which is fine because he's going to be feet planted anyways. However, his claws, even though they look really cool, are not painted on the inside. You know, that kind of saddens me, but once again, this is a kid's toy. So remember, this is supposed to be affordable and durable, right? Affordable, durable, not dangerous. We judge kids' toys by a different standard than we do adult collectibles. And honestly, the Movie Monster series, even to this day, is worth the price. Yes, it costs a lot more to get them in the States because they're not distributed over here, and we got to deal with like international shipping in the secondary market and stuff a lot. But there's still figures that are really worth getting. The outside of his opened drill isn't really painted like at all. But they did paint the teeth inside the skull head, which are the same little tusk teeth that Naranga has. Just FYI. Just saying. But yeah, and I suspect that these are like where the horn would be. Not just nostrils, but, you know, something a little extra. Just, you know, just fan theory. One cool thing about this guy, though, even though I'm not as crazy about the colorations and stuff on this monster as I am Shin Naranga, even though I love this, he actually has 2 points more of articulation. So the arms rotate, you know, just as much as Naranga, and so do the legs, because they are the same arms and legs. But then, check this out. The tail doesn't move on this guy either. It is glue sealed. But the drill head part moves, which will be a lot of playability when we get the closed drill version. That shouldn't be Bandai Premium, because it's just a head swap with... It's just a head swap. It shouldn't be premium. But yeah, see, you get a rotation on the drill head, and then I actually bet a lot of people who have this might not have even noticed this. The head on the inside articulates as well. I'm not entirely sure why, because it doesn't really need to, but it's something. It's something more, and that's pretty cool. The head does move inside the drill. Very cool. You know, they didn't have to do the head moving in the drill. They could have easily gotten away with just not even touching that. No one would have said anything, because you got the articulation here. So that's a little above and beyond, and I really like that. Just the one little piece of this guy that's really, you know, up there. So now we're actually going to do some size comparisons. Here's our Movie Monster Series Shin Gabora compared with what is possibly his past self, the Movie Monster Series Shin Naranga. Yeah. They look perfect together. Like, they just look perfect together. They're the same quality figure. They are the exact same scale. They look perfect together. I'll probably like to... It'd be cool to like display yours on either side of your Movie Monster Series Shin Ultraman. I didn't get the Movie Monster Series Shin Ultraman, but I did get this one. Here is the Ultra Action figure Shin Ultraman. I wanted to get this one instead because he's still a good scale. Scales perfectly with his other Ultra Action figures and SH Figure Arts. So consider this a 2-for-1. This is also the SH Figure Arts scale. Keep that in mind. But I actually think this is perfect. The movie's not out. We haven't really seen them next to each other and stuff. We don't know the exact scaling. But I think this works out pretty damn well, to be completely honest. Because I like the kaiju to be bigger and more imposing. So I wanted the smaller Ultraman. Speaking of smaller Ultras, this is the current scale that most Ultraman figures are in. This is the Ultra Hero Series Ultraman Orb. Thunder Breaster. I don't think this is bad either, to be completely honest. I think that would be a really cool fight in that scale. You know? The bigger the better, honestly, when it comes to the kaiju. Because the Ultra Monster Series, regular Ultra Monster Series, those kaiju are like too small. But you know, I think it all works out. And here he is with an Ultra in the old 6-inch scale that we really never see Ultraman figures made in anymore. Like, well, rarely, because I think Shin Ultraman is actually this scale, the Movie Monster Series one. But this is the quote-unquote, ironically named, quote-unquote, all-new Ultra Hero Series, which isn't new anymore, or even still in production, with this 6-inch original Ultraman, which is the Ultraman that fought the original Gabora back in the day. It looks okay. That's a good fight, you know? That's a fun fight. I'd watch it. I'd watch any kaiju fight. And of course, before we go, I simply have to show him with the Kaiju Big 3. Here he is with the Playmates Final Wars Godzilla, or Godzilla 2004. Very affordable, easy to obtain figure here in the States. Here he is with the Movie Monster Series 95 Gamera. This is the most recent 95 Gamera, and most recent Gamera period from the Movie Monster Series, so he's pretty easy to get for a reasonable price. You know, I think they look great. And then here he is with the Mezco King Kong of Skull Island. And I think this is actually pretty good too. You know, Gabora is the more low-to-the-ground monster. It looks like they're maybe going for more of a biped look with this one instead of the more quadruped look one from the Showa era. But yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty low to the ground monster, so I think Kong's height advantage is warranted, considering that Kong should be, standing erect as a sign of his intelligence and to show that he's not just a big gorilla. He's more than that, obviously. Especially if you saw GBK. And they're pretty smart if you read the comic that I believe this figure design is based on from Boom Studios. But yeah, I think that works out. So this guy actually works out with a lot of different toy lines and a lot of different scales he looks good with. So that's pretty high praise, because, I mean, the only toy line that a figure needs to scale with is its own. He looks perfect with Naranga. He looks great with Gamera. They're the same, line as him. Perfect. But he looked good with all those other ones, too. At least for the most part, which is pretty good. So what are my final thoughts on the movie monster series Shin Gabora from the Shin Ultraman movie, coming soon to a theater near you? Maybe not near you, but to theaters. It's a really cool figure. Could it use a little more paint? Yeah. Does it use a lot of parts from Naranga? Yeah. But if my fan theory is correct, that makes sense. He's got 2 more points of articulation than Naranga, which is high praise. Even though I don't like his coloration as much, but that's just a personal opinion about coloration. That's not really an objective thing. Scales well with most of my kaiju toy lines, which is very awesome. Really like that. He's a good figure. If your kids really like Ultraman, this would be a fun figure for them. If they enjoy the Shin Ultraman movie, I don't know how age appropriate it'll be for small children. Probably not terribly. I don't know, but he's very cool, and I think he's a fun choice for adult collectors and playful children alike. And that is it, not just for this review, but for the reviews for the last unboxing. Yeah, so in the last unboxing video, I got 5 figures, all kaiju related, and I have reviewed them all. And they were all strictly Japanese releases. 2 of them were Godzilla store exclusives. So, yeah, fun stuff. That is it. Thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll have more figure reviews coming at some point. I got some stuff pre-ordered on Hasbro Pulse, some Power Ranger and Marvel Legends stuff. So that's on the way. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all next time.